Paul Dada. Jide has been talking from Maiduguri. Jide has been contributing from Maiduguri. He started the program. Strikes are a form of collective action taken by workers to pressure their employers to address their concerns. It is considered a last resort when all other means of negotiation have failed. After a series of strikes Nigerians witnessed in 2022, the National Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has warned of an imminent nationwide industrial action if the federal government does not meet its demand. That's issued the warning in a letter submitted to the Minister of Health, Osage Ehainere, saying it would kickstart the process that would lead to industrial disharmony. Its lingering issues are not, if lingering issues are not addressed before its National Executive Council meeting scheduled for 24th of January 2023. The association had issued an ultimatum to the federal government 6 months ago over unresolved issues affecting its members. Paul, let me start from you. I don't know, National Association of Resident Doctors, we faced this, and it's almost grinded that sector, the health sector, like 2 years ago. And there was this back and forth, like ASU. It held the attention of the entire country. I don't know if the federal government has refused to meet that demand, and they've given this 6 months ago. Now they are not giving the federal government another notice.
And that's the most painful part of it. They gave FG a notice 6 months. Nothing is being done. It was only yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I was discussing with someone, and we're talking about the health sector, that, you know, the least you can do for the citizens, the least. I mean, Nigerians are not asking for too much. We just want to live, you know, want to eat. You discussed food crisis just before now. And then we want to access basic health care. Now, resident doctors form a very basic size of the health workers, I mean, very good size of the population of health workers in this country. What we have currently, that we have doctors, you know, jackpying, so to speak, to other countries, because
there's so much brain drain in that sector.
There's so much brain drain in the sector, and it's very unfortunate that we are still on the same issue of allowances, you know, review of what's it called, their emoluments to fit the national minimum wage and all the normal things. They are not asking for anything new. This is not something we have not heard before, and we are still joking with this. It's very unfortunate, because it will end up, if they go on strike, it will end up leading to people, you know, dying and all of that. Again, today, somebody was telling me of a lady who had an accident. She was hit by a vehicle, and her leg from her ankle was crushed because doctors were on strike. Doctors were on strike during that period. The next day, from her knee, you know, was dead. The thing had moved to her knee, or even beyond her knee, and then they had to amputate it beyond the knee. Beyond the knees. This is what people go through when we have this lopsidedness in the health sector. We shouldn't be owing doctors. We shouldn't be having problems with the health sector. We need to do something. We need to just wake up.
Emeka, another time, you said about what we are going to lose if these guys embark on the strike, the number of lives and everything. And it's not as if, you know, the government will somehow wait for this deadline to expire, and when they begin the strike, that is when negotiation will start. Why do we have to always do that?
Well, it's
6 month notice.
It's unfortunate that the negotiating mechanism of the federal government is so faulty, and there is this assumption accentuated by the current Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngigi, that workers should they shouldn't even you saw it during the ASU strike. Instead of sitting down with ASU to resolve, even with the intervention of people like the Speaker of the House of Representatives, you still saw that hostile attitude from the minister. It was as if the workers should not agitate, they should not ask for better conditions. Instead of taking time to resolve these issues, what did he do? He went about encouraging some people to form splinter unions. Where are the splinter unions today? After the strike was called up, the splinter unions were still asking for arrears, the same arrears that ASUU have been asking for. And then, where has that left us? In the health sector, we are in a serious crisis. What is the response of government? Oh, they will bring in foreign doctors. You see, we keep believing that we can take half measures to resolve serious national issues. The health something to joke with because health is wealth. We notice 6 months ahead, and what is the crux of everything they're asking for? It all has to do with their basic allowances. It has to do quality allowances and all of those things. Now, you claim that there's no money to pay them, but you have money to put in certain orders to keep funding a fuel subsidy regime that is not benefiting the ordinary Nigerians. And so, if we do not prioritize the health of the people, there is nothing we can say we are achieving as a nation. The health of the people is very, very important. And the population is even increasing. The population is increasing. Yet, we are not meeting up that ratio, the global ratio for doctors to patients. We are not even near it.
So,
and then the minister already said, the Minister of Labour already said that, well, we have enough doctors. How can any nation ever have enough? So is it that those beyond the number, you think makes what you call enough? They can...
Maybe he was thinking of urban medicine practitioners.
Yeah, maybe. So that attitude, that hostile attitude has to stop. Negotiate with these people. Because what you now find is that, I'll give you an example. Recently, in one state, when the Ministry of Health went on a raid, if you know the number of quack doctors they found, the number of drug dispensers who were calling themselves doctors, put people at risk. Matter of fact, some were even giving injections. Some even conducting surgery. I think there was one that was called conducting surgery who joined the woman's womb with one other part of the body. And then these people dispense drugs to the people. This is scandalous. But why do you have such criminals in the system? Because the government has not made sure that the professionals are well taken care of. So in such a situation, what do you find?
Jide, must we always resort to strike, or must government always wait for these people? Now they've given these notices now. I just wish by tomorrow morning somebody's going to sit down with them.
Frankly, we like seeing negative history repeat itself in our country. When these people go on strike now and they make all the demands known, people will be abusing them and be needlessly citing the Minister of Labour and Productivity, who has done absolutely nothing to get this problem solved. We need to look at their demands, because there are specific demands that these people made. One of the demands is the payment of the outstanding arrears of the new hazard allowance. Government of non-payment of consequential adjustments to the new minimum wage. The salary arrears of colleagues in state tertiary health institutions, states like Abia, Imo, Ondo, Ekiti, and Gombe. So the point is, there are some states that have state universities, and those state universities actually have what we call teaching universities and other tertiary health institutions. they are being owed. There's a particular state that was owing doctors 5 months' salary. You want to owe people their wages. You want to owe people salaries. You are owing doctors as much as 5 months' salaries. A doctor that is not motivated, a doctor who is not happy, is an extreme danger to the society. But these governors are owing doctors in their states. So they are saying, pay the arrears of our colleagues in the states. This issue has been there. Want the Residency Training Act to be domesticated in the states. They are saying that in most of the states, the Residency Training Act has not been domesticated. What that means is that the funds that should go for residency training, the allowances that they should get, will not come to them. Then they also want a situation in which the commerce, that is the consolidated medical salary structure, they want it updated. They want it updated so that there will be, even if marginal increase to their salaries. These demands are not demands that cannot be met. The problem is just that our government always waits for workers to go on strike before doing the needful. And going on strike is the right of every worker. All over the world, people go on strike. It is only the slave that is not permitted to go on strike. And Nigerian workers are not slaves. The Minister of Labor needs to sit down, do his work, and ensure that these medical workers won't go on strike, because that would be really injurious to our nation.
All right. Now, over the years,